Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Any guesses on who Neal is trying to intimidate?
And failing.
I hope.
Did you just say intimidate?
Imitate?
Am I trying to intimidate her?
No, that would be abusive. Guys, I'm Jen.
I'm Neal.
Stop it! You sound like the sloth from Zootopia. People aren't going to want to listen to that.
Or Eeyore.
We talk about reality TV, and I can't believe... Have we ever done an episode just about Salt Lake City before? Real Housewives of Salt Lake City?
Probably not, because when we started doing them, it wasn't in season.
I've probably mentioned in passing that the ladies of Utah are feeding us this season. I've definitely made the comment because I keep making this comment. They know what they are and they're feeding into it.
Right.
Like, to me, it's one of the trashier of the franchises.
Definitely.
So BravoCon went on this week, / I guess last weekend. I'm going next year. Mark my words, Vegas, I'll see you in 2026. Because what do you mean I could just be like walking through the hotel and Lindsay Hubbard from Summer House is getting in a fight with Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend? What do you mean? What do you mean I can just see that?
Right. Or Julia from Real Housewives of Miami getting in a fight with Lisa from Real Housewives at the airport.
Supposedly.
Caused a scene.
Have the housewives, listen, Bravo, if you don't look around and recognize what you got, I mean, the fact that you had a convention tells me that you do realize what you've got. But, it's as good as it's been in a long time. I know you're still trying to figure out RHONY, and I know that's a big deal because it was such a landmark for the Real Housewives of New York. They completely rebooted it. No one really liked it, but I think it's going ahead for a second rebooted season, with some of the cast.
Right, I thought I saw that they were going to have half of a new cast in it.
Okay, but they're still keeping some.
I think that's what I saw, yeah.
They're trying to make it something that it's not.
How can you not find these horrible people in New York?
Because they're making it about business women and, showing women that actually have their ish together. But then, there's still drama, but it's, stupid drama because you're you guys are, fine in your lives, you know? We want the trash.
Right.
People, oh my gosh. And what do you mean? Okay, so that's the, if I happen to be staying at the hotel that the, Bravo celebrities are at. But even if we didn't, what do you mean I can sit there and on the same stage is Erica, but also Stacy, but also Angie,
but also Tamra.
Right? Mm-hmm. And Andy in the middle, our Lord and Savior?
One person from every Bravo show, essentially.
It's just amazing. And what do you mean someone's going to be like, Andy, you're having your last supper. What 5 Bravo celebrities would you want there with you? And he has to answer it? I want to be in the room. Now, as someone who gets secondhand embarrassment very easily, have I seen clips that's please kill me? I saw when Andy asked the question, Lisa Barlow, who in this room right now would be the most likely to leak information. And she, with a drink in her hand, says that, Andy, it wouldn't be her. Well, first of all, it wouldn't be her. And she turns to the audience and says, who do you guys think it would be? And they all yell, you! And Andy starts LOLing, laughing out loud fully, and the audience says it's you. And she's like, wait. And Andy's like, accept it. Move on. Let it go. And the clip ends. Amazing. Amazing.
I want to be in the room where it happens.
But also my secondhand embarrassment, even though I love when Lisa gets what's coming to her, my secondhand embarrassment in that moment was pretty high. I think Bronwyn has been serving us. I think Brittany has been serving us, and that's coming from someone who does not like Brittany. But we are talking about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in this episode. It's the episode where Mary's church opens. Todd and Bronwyn have a disgusting conversation. What a crazy, narcissist, manipulative man. Gross. Brittany and Jared have the craziest conversation, and Jared is the gaslighter I've ever seen in my gas life.
Yes, he's gross, and
Todd's gross,
but I also victim blame Brittany because I think she secretly likes it and wants this messiness with Jared. And
I think they're toxic with each other. I think they revel in it. Yes, yeah. Both of them. Yes. Now,
when you ignore your child's plea to have a relationship with her hinges on basically not being with this dude, and you can't even go 30 days, much less she said like she couldn't go 2 days.
Right.
Like, that's not a serious human being. She loves it.
It's such a toxic cycle, though. And I would also argue that, yes, she ruined her relationship with her children for a man. The thing is, we don't know Utah culture. I'm not excusing it at all, but I really think in some ways she's a victim. They're literally taught as young girls that serving a man is their most important role. Like, above being a mother. Like, to serve your husband above your children. Right. Yes. That learn your lesson. Absolutely. I'm just saying that trauma.
How many friends?
Trauma doesn't have an age limit.
Of hers are divorced. Like it. I think
she's a mess.
Yes. When your child, as we've seen, is begging you.
Yes.
And she's not even paying attention.
Mary still doesn't like her. We'll just leave it at that. And Mary was a fan favorite at BravoCon this weekend.
Yes.
I have been seeing more and more previews since, I'm the only person in the world who still watches cable television. I've been seeing previews for the TLC special that's about how Mary's church, is a cult. So, stay tuned.
I'd be interested, because when I think of that, I think of the churches where the reverend or the pastor is like, I need a private jet to spread the word of God, so give me all your money. So,
I think that's kind of what they are.
Okay.
Does that make them a cult?
I mean,
or are they just taking advantage of religion?
Both.
Well, this is a pretty philosophical
But we
discussion.
also need to talk about Robert Jr.
Oh.
Who?
As of a Watch What Happens Live in October, Mary said he was doing well, and that she could say that honestly, and that he needed the bad patch he did go through to be where he is now. Is that not true since October?
I mean, from what I saw, someone on Reddit posted that he was recently arrested for breaking into his girlfriend's house, and when he was arrested, he said her voice was in his head telling him to break in to go see her.
So, he has drug-induced schizophrenia, and he needs,
And apparently he's been arrested many times for similar things.
And here's the thing. Me and Neal talk about rehab a lot off camera, which is fun. As two people who don't drink and do drugs, except I love a gummy. But, you know what? That doesn't even count. That's grown from the earth. Wait, how are other drugs made? Guys,
so you don't want to answer that question.
To be clear, I literally know nothing about recreational drug use. Or remember when we didn't know whether it was reasonable for Joe to be that way on Love is Blind? We don't even know what it's really like to be drunk as adults. Right. Is that weird? I just hate alcohol.
Nobody drinks anymore.
Okay.
Alcohol.
Drinking's not cool.
No.
It's too expensive. It takes up too much of my stomach. I can't even finish a can of pop. How am I supposed to drink multiple drinks to feel something? I feel bloated. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum. I am on one.
This episode, I was quizzical to myself a little while ago looking at the pause screen because I'm pretty sure Bronwyn's purse is an old VW van.
It is.
Okay. I was like, I thought it was a Crown at first, and then I was like, wait a
there's
minute.
100% nothing in that. Like that stupid Chanel purse on Selling Sunset that was literally just a basketball.
Right.
Like it was a basketball on a chain. There
Don't
isn't
get me
even an
started
opening.
on a man's,
Oh my gosh, and there were questions like that. Who do you think is the worst dressed on this stage right now? And it landed on Erica. And she said, I'm going to be double shady because I don't know her name. The high body count hair one. And she's pointing to Angie. Do not disrespect our Angie that way. She and Mary won 2 awards. They won Best Duo and Best Fight About Nothing, which I didn't look into it, but I imagine it's the fight about the farts. Right. Where Mary says fart 9 times in like 60 seconds. Amazing. They're feeding us.
Except here's my qualm.
If something happened on the plane, there would have been a court-martial waiting at the airport with handcuffs for me. No, I've completely lost it. I turned into Count Chocula.
That's a great Meredith impression. I think
being supportive.
Heather could be cut from the show and nothing would be lost.
I agree.
Whitney could be cut from the show and nothing would be lost. Whitney's
real.
like the Gina of Orange County.
Excellent comparison.
They don't serve much of a purpose.
Uh-huh. And they're there for like the young factor.
Right. I rage now. Angie's whole personality is being Greek.
But she's schlucking it up. She's doing it on purpose.
That conversation with her daughter last episode was very uncomfortable. The daughter, they kept zooming in on her hands, was incredibly uncomfortable during that whole conversation. Angie was basically shoving being Greek down her daughter's
care
throat.
more about your culture, and the daughter just being like, I don't get why you care so much. It's not a part of my everyday life.
Right. She is, a third-generation American?
Right, so she's just an American to her. Listen, do I think she'll grow up and, love that she has a connection to Greece? Of course I do.
Yes, but it's not
It's weird that it's become, a storyline. You don't love that it's in everything she does and wears and makes and bakes and says.
Okay, the 2 instances in this episode, they have a potluck for Brittany at Whitney's house. And
for reasons that we haven't even gotten into yet, which is what we really need to talk about.
And Angie brings rice with a freaking Greek flag.
Is it really just rice?
She said Greek rice.
Okay.
So whatever that means.
Okay.
And then they all recorded...
orzo? She makes some sort of...
Probably
not, actually.
Souvlaki.
It's not rice.
I know. I'm just...
Right?
Just Saganaki. Who knows? Hi, Luna.
Isn't that Japanese?
No, that's fried... Or it's fried cheese or whatever. Nameless sister used to get it.
I don't think it's a big deal if they know your
torch
sister's
it.
name.
And then
is this so none of our family finds out we're doing this because my family doesn't know I take gummies?
And then the second instance, they're all making message coded stuffed bears for Brittany
for reasons we have not yet discussed.
And she fucking says it in Greek.
You just swore. You used that one swear per episode that we invented in our minds as if we're rated PG-13, and you just used it because that's how much you hate that Angie embraces her
She was
background.
Born in the U.S. It's not like she was ripped away from Greece as a youth.
Stop. She's proud of her heritage.
I get it, but when there's no other part of your life that is shown other than... Greece.
What are you doing here? Because she has the best lines. High body count hair. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Also, another good line from BravoCon is when Brittany says, oh, Bronwyn, I love your costume. Oh, but it's couture, right? It's fashion. And Bronwyn says, you're welcome. You are so welcome for giving you that line because it's the only one you've got. So every time you see me, I've got new couture, but you've got the same old tired read. Oh, it was good. That's the thing. We still don't like Brittany.
She went out to high five a bunch of fans, and no one was very enthusiastic about it. And the top comment on the post was, "And the crowd goes mild."
The crowd goes mild. Okay, one more moment, and then we will focus on Salt Lake City. Oh no, I forget it. What was the really good one? Oh, this is what makes it so great. They had a spotlight land on a random housewife or Bravo celebrity in general who was up there, and they had to answer whatever the question was. So the question was, who do you think is the thirstiest housewife? And I think, like, in general, like, I don't even think the question for that one was, like, on this stage. I think it was just, like, period, like, Bravo celebrity, period. And it lands on Tamara to answer, and she answers Stacy. Like Potomac Stacy. And the crowd goes, oh, it's kind of like shocked and kind of boos. And Stacy says, the crowd is booing. They have spoken, boo. They're booing. You better choose someone else. And Andy is cackling. Andy loves Stacy. So as much as we all thought, because you thought it, be honest, that Stacy was going to be a one and done.
Because she's so boring.
Boring. The TJ store, but then that ended up being like the juiciest thing. What, she was paying you? What, you're a shit person? I compare her to Brittany. They're both thirsty, but they're both naive in some ways. They both whoa, that's our cat going crazy. They both accept Luna. They both accept less than they deserve.
Right.
And both in their own ways are too dumb and naive to realize it, but then are also like thirsty, but then are also genuinely kind, like just want friendship, want to love and be loved, but end up getting so messy because they think it's just silly, and that's how thirsty they are. So like Tamara's right, Stacy is thirsty, but like Tamara is the worst, so we're not going to side with her. Hi, Toots. Oh, boy.
There were two questions that were, who did you have the worst experience with? Yeah. And I forgot the other one. Who's the most boring? Or who's
overrated?
Overrated. And it was they were both Kyle Richards, and I'm so here for it. She ruined the last season of
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
And so Erica was on the panel, so she had to, of course, be like, for the overrated one, like, oh, I hate that you feel that way, but I get it. Everyone has their own opinion. I feel like Kyle brings a lot to Beverly Hills. And then she's still on stage when the other housewife, which, again, was Stacy. So it's Stacy being shady again. Of course, you're going to name drop Kyle Richards. She knows what she's doing. Said that Kyle was her least pleasant experience here. That Kyle was less than gracious.
I feel like she would be that type.
Like, she doesn't even feel like she needs to be kind to people. I don't. I feel like she's such a people pleaser, and she has such high anxiety that she just has to be nice to everyone. The only thing would be if you caught her at, like, a bad moment. I think she's bad at hiding her anxiety. So, like, I could see her... So, like, I don't know if that's fair of Stacey to say. People loved it. I don't know if Andy loved it, because Andy rides for Kyle. Erica was like in the background being like, I feel like I have to apologize. Like, just awkward for everybody, but like, I want to be in the room where it happens.
The room where it happens.
Okay, Salt Lake City. Let's get to the Meredith of it all. I can't do it. There's too much pressure.
She goes crazy on the flight home from the yacht adventure,
which is another thing. I've watched bits and pieces of episodes of Below Deck on television, on cable before, and I don't like it. I don't want to watch people on a boat. I don't care. I hate that the guests change every episode and that it's really supposed to be about the employees. I don't know. There's too little consistency, and I don't care about boats. I now want to watch the episodes that are the, like, crew members' point of view of the Salt Lake City ladies. Like, because obviously you're going to get these moments where they're like, these are the loudest women we've ever met. Like, this is so unbearable. Captain Jason went out, is that his name? Went out to sit with them for like 3 desserts in a row and literally got up and left because they were screaming at each other. So, the long and short of it is that Brittany, in her messiness, and she's being messy because she doesn't care, and being heard is more important than being liked, even though she desperately wants to be liked. She's a very complex person despite her naivety and maybe lack thereof. See? Complex. She says, hey, I saw a TikTok that talked about Meredith's husband cheating. Like that someone was their Uber driver and he was in an Uber with another woman. Like making out going to a hotel. So Meredith is very clearly under the influence of, listen, they've all probably taken Dramamine because they need to not be seasick. Mm-hmm. They probably all take Ambien to help them sleep, at least on the plane. And they were loaded on the yacht the whole time.
Yes.
Does this excuse the behavior? Absolutely not. So Meredith immediately is like pissed at Brittany, is even pissed at Whitney because Brittany had told Whitney earlier that day and like, well, Whitney, why didn't you come to me? They resolved that pretty quickly. Everyone but Bronwyn get back on the plane together. Bronwyn, because she came late because of all of her like identity theft scandals, which seems like forever ago now. Yeah. She wasn't on the plane. Everyone else was on the plane in first class. They did not film on the plane. After they returned to Salt Lake City, the story is Meredith was talking meanly about Brittany and name-calling and, like, grinding her down to the dirt and, like, grabbed her chair and shook it and, like, stood up and was pointing to her and is like, this woman, blah, like, talked about my husband, blah, like, went on a long, long rant about Brittany. Heather sits down with Lisa, who was sitting with Meredith, and Lisa tries to say, Meredith was just ranting about Brittany to me. She didn't yell. She didn't talk to Brittany. We thought Brittany had her headphones in. And Heather is like, you absolutely psychotic bee.
Right.
Like, I was there on the plane. What story are you trying to tell right now? And Heather is kind of incredulously looking at Lisa like, are you really trying to sell this to me right now? And
gaslighting to the max.
Yeah, and you want me to go along with it? I was on the airplane. Heather, listen, is a fair weather friend. I know they're the bad weather cousins or whatever. She's a fair weather friend. I think she sees no choice but to stand against Lisa and Meredith now. And that's when you know what they did is objectively wrong. Because Heather sat down with Lisa to try to get on the same page as her. But she said that same page isn't gonna be we both lie. Because there were other people on that plane. A, and B, what Meredith did is objectively wrong.
And then Meredith
sits down with Mary.
Rosemary.
Neal learned that that's her full name because of this episode, the church opening episode. So now he's like, is every Mary actually named Rosemary? It's like, well, wouldn't we know that about Jesus' mother if her full name was Rosemary?
It's true.
So, like, I think it's a pretty original name as far as...
You could go by Rose or Mary, I guess, if you're Rosemary.
Indeed.
Okay, yes. Meredith sits down with Mary. Pretty much the same thing happens. She tries to gaslight Mary like crazy.
I maybe talked about her. I was in my feelings, and I ranted about someone to my close friend for maybe 15 minutes. And Mary's like, oh no, Meredith. I'm concerned if you think it was 15 minutes. Like, I'm concerned you don't remember all of the events if you think it was 15 minutes. And Meredith says, well, 30 minutes, whatever then. What's the difference? And she's like, I know. I've got it lost.
It's okay.
Because See, I'm really good at just doing the drunk version, but then I forgot to put the nasally in with. No, I've completely lost it. She says, Meredith says, she watched 2 movies and slept. But then when she's talking about how it could only have been 15 or 30 minutes, she says, it couldn't have been that long. The flight's not that long. Well, apparently you watched 2 movies and slept and berated Brittany.
Right.
Like, that was a lot to do.
That's a lot.
And she's like, well, Mary, you were sleeping. And Mary's like, yeah, but every time I woke up, I could hear you. And she's like, you wouldn't have heard me. You were too far away on the plane.
On this small plane.
In first class, Meredith is in the inside seat in one row, and Mary is a row up and to the far left. So yes, diagonally there are 2 seats between them and the aisle diagonally, but like, hello. It's first class, you're behind her, your voice is going to travel. And this is Heather's thing too. Oh, I thought, Heather, you slept. She's like, I did sleep until I woke up. I felt shaking. I thought Brittany was laughing, but then I realized someone was shaking her chair. Like, they're all being like, Meredith is being a nutbag in the back of this plane, first class right now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure Whitney texted that to Heather. So this is the prime time. I mean, excellent for Whitney, who hates Lisa and Meredith anyway, because now she gets to be solidarity, be like, well, like she does, I'm throwing Brittany a potluck to make her feel better. Because apparently Brittany had to be, like, helped to get dressed and, like, walked off the plane because she was just...
inconsolable.
Yes. Which, hello, can you imagine being trapped on an airplane and someone is just screaming about you?
Well, wait a second. It gets worse at this potluck. Bronwyn's telling them about all the stuff Meredith texted her about and said... And one of the messages, Meredith said, well, Brittany shouldn't have been eavesdropping on our conversation.
What? You're talking about her, according to everyone else, about her at her, so everyone else can hear it, and Brittany shouldn't have eavesdropped. So Heather was really like, unless they take any sort of accountability and apologize directly to Brittany, acknowledge that they were wrong and change, like, I can't defend that. I can't go back from that. And to me, that's bad enough that, like, that's legitimate.
Right.
But do we really not have a single moment of recording, not even from someone in Coach who just recorded the audio? You're telling me not one producer who were assumedly somewhere on that plane picked up a camera and just subtly filmed it? Listen, if someone doesn't track something down by the reunion, you haven't done your jobs.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. In 2025, we want to see it. I mean, maybe we don't, though. She's basically abusive to Brittany.
Yes.
What?
Yes, she is. I mean, again...
Are you about to victim blame again?
No, Heather says, we can't move. They're going to be best friends in like 5 seconds. This is the theme with these shows, though. You're dead to me. I'm quitting. And then 2 seconds later, everybody's good. And then 2 seconds later, they all hate each other. And then 2 seconds later, they're all good.
Interestingly, we've been watching the Real Housewives of Orange County reunion. We talked about the first... Did we talk about the first one?
I think so.
Or we talked about the finale. Or we talked about the episode we thought was the finale. Anyway. I mean, Katie's like... She blames Jen for messing with her paycheck. Because she says because everyone was so against her, she had to stop filming. And producers had basically said to Jen that, and to Katie, or just to Katie, if there was even like a thread of a relationship left, like Jen was open to still having a relationship with Katie, they would have still filmed.
Right.
But Jen's like, but I'm not there to throw you a bone. Like, I'm a person, and this was my friendship, too. And I felt like your stories were inconsistent, and I found it hard to defend you. And, like, that, I'm a person with feelings. And that made me like Jen more. Even though the audience as a whole is Team Katie.
Oh, I think Jen is full of shit. 100%. She is just lying her.
Oh my gosh, about the Gretchen thing.
Yes. She's dying on this hill. I don't, because everyone's against Tamra. She doesn't want everyone to be against her. So she's going to die on this hill that she didn't hear this thing at this.
Didn't hear Gretchen say she got roofied. And Katie and her husband Matt are both like, we were at the dinner when she said it to all of us at the table. So I looked at my friend Jen to be like, hey, you heard it too. Katie made such a good point. She said, because I would do the same for you.
Right.
You know, if the roles were reversed and this was Jen coming forward with this, Katie would say, yeah, I heard it. Yes, Gretchen said it. She said she thought Tamara roofied her. Is Gretchen lying? Yes, Gretchen's also lying. Gretchen is also a sociopath. They're all... Listen, that's what makes good TV. That's why I think we need to keep the Heathers and the Ginas around. Listen, if Vicky... Oh, that's the other thing. Andy got Vicky out on stage and offered her an orange at BravoCon. She's coming back for season 20.
Maybe she'll bring Brooks back.
Oh, awful thing to say. I mean, what a scum human. How do these ladies find the worst men? Can we talk about Todd and Bronwyn? And then we'll go.
Toddwin?
I don't think they get a couple name. Because I think he's a piece of shit.
I think she's about to divorce him. That's what the people were saying. She's getting a divorce lawyer.
This is the thing about it not being updated. Hey, girl. Well, they're not in California, but she did make it past 10 years. So I'm sure she'll be just fine.
I have to look up the laws in Utah.
Yeah, especially... Oh, I'm sure they favor the men, though, in Utah.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm sure she'll be fine. I think she will. I think it's in his best interest to make sure she's fine.
Did he adopt Gwen?
I think so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Although she's like 18, so I guess...
Doesn't matter, though.
Okay.
There are all sorts of stuff that, you know, if that's your dependent and they're still in school, you're still responsible for them.
True.
Etc., etc. I'm sure he'd support Gwen no matter what. That's the thing. I don't think he's rotten to his core. Oh, gosh, don't I? Definitively, he's a crap husband.
Yes.
Is he rotten to his core? I don't know. I think he's a typical slimy man who, like, did he grow up in Utah? Does he feel like he owns a woman? Does he hate that his wife, his young, beautiful trophy wife, was becoming, like, her own woman and not just Todd's wife? Do I think that he hates that she's on the show? He's obviously not so controlling that he could stop her from being on it. And he agreed to film. Though I think every time he agrees to film, it's because he's trying to save face. So in this case, they have a conversation about the fact that when Bronwyn gets home, she finds out that he was on an airplane. Someone was sitting behind him and saw that he was looking at pictures of a woman that looked like they'd been sent to him. She's already had an issue with this where Gwen saw him on his iPad, which, by the way, is such an old man thing to be texting on your goddamn iPad, and he was texting another woman. Bronwyn, for better or worse, whether you love or hate Bronwyn, tell her to leave this man. Boo this man. Her thing is she's embarrassed because they don't have any sort of agreement. So it's the secrecy... It's the not telling her. It's the lack of communication. It's her having to find out. She said she had a very frank conversation with Whitney and said, you know, I would rather if someone brought that to me, like, you know, Lisa comes and says, oh, Todd was making out with someone. It's like, yeah, I chose him for her. Like, yeah, it'd be super cool if you were in that progressive of a relationship if that's what you wanted. So she sits down with Todd and basically says, if that's what you want, I'm willing to consider it. I want to evolve with you. Because I want to be with you. What does this man say? This cheating man whose wife is basically saying, hey, we can have an agreement, lots of women in Utah do, that you're going to be able to do whatever you want as long as you tell me. And you're open about it, and we, like, come to an agreement. And there's no secrecy. What does this man say?
I don't know. What does he say?
I want to be with you in the relationship we're in. Like, I don't want that open relationship. This is the worst kind of man. So he won't take your out because he probably works for a very conservative company. No way in hell is he going to be on camera talking about having an open relationship. No way in hell in Utah does he want to be known as a man who is in an open relationship. It's just easier if I stay in this conservative, happy picket fence marriage with you, but I'm going to keep cheating on you. And it's going to be without you knowing. And it's going to be secret. And you're going to be embarrassed. And you're going to look like a fool. I'm going to make you look like a fool. But I would rather do that than change the type of relationship we were in. Because that would give you too much power as a woman and make me too liberal of a man in my serious business, with my watch and my white shirt.
Yes.
I hate this man.
Boo this man.
Right?
Oh, yes.
Right?
I hope she gets a big old chunk of money.
Me too. Keep buying that couture, baby. Is that everything?
Go back and get that necklace, that $10 million necklace.
Was it a $4 million?
Whatever.
She was so full of shit. I'm glad she can just own it, as Lisa Rinna would say, and just be like, yeah, I didn't buy it. And I felt put on the spot, so I kind of said something that implied, well, maybe I did buy it, maybe I didn't. When she was like, oh, I should have worn it today to the reunion. And then Lisa piped up, well, Emma told me you didn't buy it. Well, I don't know why a jeweler is telling you what I did or did not buy.
Right now, I'm not going to buy jewelry from that person anymore.
No way.
It's a crazy way to do business.
What do you guys think? I would love to have, like, full-on discussions with the people. Do the people talk to us?
Occasionally.
And what do you say?
It's usually just recommendations of shows we should watch.
And do we watch them, and do you recommend them to me?
Yes, I tell you every message we get.
Oh, guys, we might actually have to talk about this, too. Should we tell them what we're watching? Begrudgingly,
No.
both of us.
You're forcing us.
Like, both of us against our will, but no one else is making us, but it's against our will, are watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
After we watched like the first episode of season 1, and now we're just watching season 3.
Watched the first ever episode, said absolutely not, and turned it off with no intention of ever watching it again. But now, as reality TV aficionados, for several reasons, actually, let me break it down for you, and then we'll go. For several reasons do I feel that it is our duty to watch this, the third season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Hashtag mom talk.
Please don't. Two of them are on Dancing with the Stars, so they are oversaturating our reality television world right now. B,
One of them,
Marciano is from Vanderpump Villa, so they are, and he's involved in the cheating scandal this season, so they are oversaturating. They have their little Mormon fingers in every little reality pocket of the universe.
C, one of them is the new Bachelorette.
Oh my gosh, dip another toe in for me, would you? Now we're all hands on deck.
She's got 3 kids.
Neal feels strongly about her going on The Bachelor. We'll talk about that another time.
Because she's a known abuser.
A, and B, now that we're actually watching the show and she's like, you know, it's a single mom, but it's her, but I think I just need to learn about myself and be single for a while. And then you do that on The Bachelor?
Their
interesting choice.
hiring or choosing practices have come into real question lately.
Is that just you saying that?
No, the Golden Bachelor.
Oh, yeah, they like hate each other and are like they were like she's like he was abusive.
Yes, but this was known. If you did any again,
no one's doing any background checks,
yes,
which is crazy because
it's
it would
AI.
take you
100%. You tell AI, here's this person. Tell me all about them.
I can make it for you right now.
Yes, and then all these things fall through the cracks for everything. Netflix shows, ABC shows, Bravo shows.
Yeah, the Love is Blind cast sometimes. Oof, 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 oof.
Nobody does.
Love Island sometimes, and I get that they're younger and sometimes you give them a little more of a pass, but like, oof. But anyway.
You can find somebody's social media pass. You should have someone to do that. Go on Twitter. Go to their profile, I don't know what, Control F.
There are just not enough people Control F-ing in this world. Listen, Control F. Why is it taking so long to scour the Epstein files? Control F.
Yes.
God damn it. I'm really swearing today. That's how you know I'm riled up.
She's back.
And then most importantly, why are we watching this season? I've already called someone our Lord and Savior this episode.
Stassi is the reunion host.
Of the 3rd season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So she bridges to the Vanderpump Villa, so like she's met and filmed with Marciano. She's Stassi, so she doesn't give a shit. She's going to ask whatever she wants.
Right.
And like she's going to be invested. Oh, I think she's going to do a great job.
How angry do you think Sheena is that Stassi's getting all these opportunities after... Lala and Schwartz are now on Vanderpump. On
The Valley.
The
They're going to be series regulars. But Sheena apparently didn't want to be. But she was like, my name's Pink and I'm really glad to meet you. She did that with Alex Baskin being like, my dream show being to be a Real Housewife of Orange County. They're not giving Sheena Shea an orange.
She doesn't have any money.
Real Housewife of what?
Yeah.
We are Sheena haters in this house. Tamara, after she talked about Stacey being the most thirsty, and Tamara said, oh no, so it must have been on stage. She's like, I would have said Sheena, but like she's not on stage. Or yes. No, that's right. Yes. Who's the thirstiest housewife? She said, I would have said Sheena, but she's not a housewife. Like that's a direct dig at Sheena.
She is probably a sewer now.
Blatantly trying to become a housewife after blatantly trying to get on Dancing with the Stars. She would snap up any of these opportunities of any of her original Vanderpump cast members in a second if they were offered to her. But then she was like, well, with my music and my tour, like, it's not really the right time for Dancing with the Stars right now, was what she said in the last reunion. Like, give it up. Give it up. Give it up right now. Funk Show Brother. Check it out now. Funk Show Brother.
That's all we got. I'm calling it.
After the first episode of season 3 of the Real Wives of Mormon Lives, I was like, no, I really don't think I can do this. So, like, tell me it's worth watching. I can't really tell.
We're already 3 episodes.
I don't know if this makes me Utah racist, but I can't really tell Demi and Jesse apart. And, like, they're kind of the centralized drama of the whole season. And they are the same person, so I have a hard time. Like an old lady, I have a hard time following the plot. Anyway, guys, we'll keep watching if you keep listening. And if you don't keep listening, we'll still keep watching. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Goodbye.